One of the biggest problems in the comic book collecting community, as far as the product that we purchase, is coming from the companies. So I want to tell comic book companies to stop it. Stop making so many variants. Please.
Hey everybody, my name's Kamaria, and you're watching The Council of Comics.
Now, I know a lot of you out there like, oh,
who are you? Who are you to tell somebody to stop collecting variants? If people want to buy variants, they can spend their money and they can buy variants if they want to buy them. It's their money.
it's true. If you want to keep buying variants, be my guest. That is your money. But I'm looking at it from a standpoint of a business standpoint of the question,
will comic books be around in the future because of something like variants? And what's my issue with variants?
they print so many up of a book, and I'm sure it's costing them money to print this. So the more money that has to go to printing is less money for the creative process in the art and the writing. Yeah, you're giving a couple artists a chance for the cover. Granted, I'll give you that. But the quality of the books are going down, and the collectability of certain books are in question, because if you do variants, let's say for instance,
You have absolute Batman. You have cover A, cover B, cover C, cover D, cover E, cover F, and so forth.
pick the cover that you like, right? Pick it. But now when we're going to the ratios in the collecting era,
The 1 in 25s aren't as good as they should be. The 1 in 50s and 1 in 75s and 1 in 100s nowadays are just literally a black and white version of a regular cover. No difference to it. Nothing that makes it super collectible difference. Or they'll have it where the regular cover A has the logo on it, and that's cover price, right? Say $5. But now the 1 in 100 doesn't have the logo on it. It's just the regular cover A.
you haven't really put in work for that to make that collectible. Just the fact that it's a 1 in 100. And what does that mean with variants? If a 1 in 10, 1 in 25, 1 in 50, 1 in 75, 1 in 100, and so forth, right? The comic book shops, if they order 10 of one book, they are offered an exclusive. You can order one of these 1 in 10. And for every 10 books, you can have one of these 1 in 10. So if you order 40 books, you can get 4 1 in 10s, right? The 1 in 50s and the rest and so forth. If you order 50 copies of this book, you can get this exclusive 1 in 50. And the shops usually sell them for the ratio price, say 10, 25, 50, 75. If a book is really hot, is where the question comes in, because sometimes shops will raise it a little bit. Understandable, because the book is hot. If the book is selling for $60 on eBay and it's a 1 in 10, I don't blame the shop for not selling it for $10. If they're selling it for like maybe 20, 25, yeah, that's a $60 book in the market. So that's a good thing. So the shops price it by its ratio.
And for collectors to sling out $75 or $100 for a book that really doesn't look that much different than the cover A, it loses its pizzazz.
And with the ratios, say there's 4 different covers for a book. If you order 50, you can have 50 total of the ratio. So you say 15 cover A, 15 cover B. As long as you reach that 50 mark, you can order a 1 in 50. And you know, some of them are amazing, and then just the majority of them are just not up to par. They just are not worth the money, and they end up being worth less in the weeks to come. Like a lot of DC 1 in 25s and 1 in 50s, they come out the gate $25, $50, but then a couple weeks later they're like $15. For 1 in 50, it'd be like $30. Like, they drop. So you're better off waiting a couple weeks to pick up the ratios. Like the 1 in 100 could drop down to like $75. That's why I don't really advise buying these things out the gate because unless it's a really, really hot book, a really exclusive book, you could probably find that book a couple weeks later for 30% less than what it was worth a couple weeks ago. And I just feel like the variants oversaturate the market, and it doesn't really give a focus to the book and the story. Back in the days, they didn't really have variant covers. You rarely had a variant cover. The variants came more into play in like the 90s, but like in the 80s, the variants were if you either got a newsstand edition with the barcode at the bottom, or you got it from a comic shop, which is a direct market edition. Those are pretty much the variants. And then the polybags came and the variant covers. And even for a few years, there weren't so many variants. There were maybe like one variant, a special, maybe two variants. But now books are having like 6, 7 variants every issue, 10 variants. And then not to mention like all the shops that are doing their own exclusive book. And I'm not going to tell shops not to make their own exclusive book, because that's a way for them to make money. If they feel like, yeah, they got the right artist, they got the right book, they can do it, go ahead, do it. But there's just so many of them out there right now that it's hard to get a value on those. What the creators put out is basically what the value is. And if you kind of hype that and make it, you have a great artist, you can get that value up. So
It's disheartening to a fan like myself, because then I won't be able to get all of them. They're so great. And that's what it is. That's life. You can't have everything.
So you got to pick what you like, pick what you can get, and move forward on that. This is collecting, you know what I mean? That's the fun of it. Maybe later down the line, you'll find it somewhere cheaper.
We're like, wow, I just got this Spider-Man 315 that I've been wanting to get. This McFarlane. But people have been having it for crazy prices. This guy has a near mint for like $15. Wonderful. And that's a great feeling. Isn't that a great feeling? When you're a collector and you find books on the cheap that you like and in great condition, that's a great thing.
So yeah, I do feel the variants are oversaturating the market. The quality of the art sometimes, like I have a problem with DC because they don't really put effort into like the 1 in 25s, I feel. There's a lot of great other artists that are not being given a chance. That's a whole nother story, because there are stories throughout the industry where people are getting jobs because they're best friends with people, and that's why they're able to do these covers when other great artists are trying to get in and they're just not being let in. You'd have to be like super dope, because that's the only way that the companies be like,
yo, this dude's super dope, we can make money off of him.
That's all they're thinking. That's all they're thinking. So yeah, variants recently always been a problem, because there's just too many of them. And at $5 a pop, man, I mean, some are $4, but then some are $6, some are $7. And then you charge, some books are $1 more because they're cardstock, and $6, $7 for a cardstock when Todd McFarlane's putting out Spawn for $2.99 with cardstock with the same pages and the same quality. It blows my mind that bigger companies like Marvel and DC aren't getting that kind of quality for their books when they make way more books than Todd McFarlane. So they could probably get the pricing even cheaper. But it's a business and they need to make money. But eventually collectors might break, man.
Be like, listen, I'm only going to be able to collect 2 to 3 books a week. I can't buy the 12 books a week anymore.
And then it's going to eventually start going down, because right now comic books are great amongst the community, but they have lost a share. The comic book itself, not like the total movies and everything, but the comic book itself has lost a big share out in the market and people's wanting to collect comic books. So in some instances it makes books rare, like the older books, the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, makes those books worth a lot of money. But a lot of the modern books, because of all this stuff, take a big hit, because there's so many of them out there. They're not of really good quality, and it just leads to like I have a huge modern collection that I'm trying to get rid of, and it's so hard to get rid of because people just want to pay you dirt for it, and I'm just like, well, I could just take them all to a con and sell them for $1 if that's the case. So but you got to make your money off of stuff. And sometimes you can sell a collection to somebody that wants a big collection. They just want to get into it, and you give them a decent price and they buy it. But But modern books are suffering big from that. And a lot of these books that are keys and worth money, like Ultimate Fallout #4, First Miles Morales, is a big book, $1,000 book. But I guarantee you there are people with long boxes of Ultimate Fallout #4 because it was such a heavily printed book. So yeah, that's my thoughts on variants. Buy the ones you like. Hopefully the comic book companies will learn not to print out so much. And if they do variants, they make it of quality so that people don't mind spending the money for the quality. All right? So from the world's greatest comic book channel, with the world's greatest comic book shows, for the world's greatest comic book people, which is all of y'all, remember to subscribe, hit like on the videos, give us some watch hours. We love you, we thank you, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
I can feel the energy flow. So intense how the energy glow. When my energy low, that's when my enemies show. I let my enemies know. I take my enemy's soul and burn my enemy's gold. Yeah, intense, amazing, Spider-Man villain, Clark Kent, Bruce Wayne, all the same villains. Jokers, goblins, Luther's the president, Catwoman, let the venom in. I'm dealing with these penguins that want me to kneel before Zod. It's a job for Castle. Through roads like a war machine to find Destro's castle. Xavier schools filled with fools, teaching young mutants how to misuse the powers with which we all fuse. America's frozen in ice. Wonder Woman's disappeared into the night. So Wonder Girl wanders through the years, wondering why no one can explain the tears. Causing havoc, seduced by Madeline, lost a limbo with magic. Black is like the brightest day.